What an ego. So here we go again. Let's watch Mario choosing the wrong pipe, because that's pretty much how this game starts. Mario is just dumb. He chooses the wrong pipe, and that's how he lands on his island. Pretty plain and simple. Mario lore. You never played any of your own hacks? Why? Some sort of version control? It's pretty tough. I have a lot of backups, but it's really tough. So, there's one thing no one really put together is there's one guy here in this volleyball court where you can save the game the first time. And it's only one guy. And normally you have like 2 teams with like 5 people each team. So there's one thing no one really like put together, because it's kind of subtle, is here are the other 4 guys right at the start. Fallen down in some shit for whatever reason. There you have like the rest of the team. Apparently you never get to kill these ones, like you only get to kill that one guy. Who like stayed there. I don't even know what happened to these guys, that they decided to do suicide. But they wanted it. They wanted it. My god, I fucking suck at my own game. This is really a tough level. When you start the game, you're like, holy shit, tight, tight, tight. What's wrong with the creator? Why is this so fucking tight? But I never wanted to have the player get a false sense of security whenever you decide to start this, because if games get really hard at the end, you kind of get pissed, because you feel like, man, I feel like the game betrayed me, because it started so easy. Time to nerf it. 6 people? Really? I remember like 5 people each team. Apparently you played volleyball wrong in our school, in high school. Because we definitely had 5 people for each team. Maybe it was because the field wasn't big enough. I don't know. I don't know, man. My life had been wrong the whole fucking time. And you would have thought in high school you learn stuff. Nope. You do not learn stuff in high school. Yeah, I could think that's like because of the class size, or like the court we have. It probably wasn't big enough, or like not meant to be the original size for a volleyball team. I don't know. You learn nothing in school. That's what you get. You learn nothing. Well, I guess we have to consider Mario as the 6th player then. But Mario doesn't play volleyball. Instead of playing volleyball, he starts to kill each other, like all the other ones. Hey man, I wanna become famous. Thanks. Not in the Oberstufe. Oberschule. Like, from the 7th to 10th grade, we played volleyball. Yeah, I was wondering, Twitch Prime, holy shit. You're pretty big in Japan. So yeah, I wanted to put a Kaizo block right there, but I threw the idea off. I got rid of that. First there was a Kaizo block right under the checkpoint and I was like, I don't want to start the game. Like, I don't want to be level 1 already fucking trolly as hell. So I got rid of that. This is really tough. I really like the number 9. The 9er platform. So there is not really a troll in this level, but it's really tight. Just play a tight ass level. I don't consider that fish as a troll, by the way. That's just an obstacle for me. Because you have time to react, you have to dodge the fish. It's not a barb cheap. Yeah, I feel like it's the best translation I could get for that. I was wondering, like, what else could it be? College? No, definitely not. Definitely not college. Oh my god. How long do I play this level now? 6 minutes, holy shit. We wanna take this slow. We wanna take our time. I don't mind taking this game slow. No need to rush. So, pretty much everyone who got here is like, man, you can't catch this fucking platform. It's like really hard to get that. But the green carrot platforms, you have to use them as a boost to get like catch up to the 9er platform. Yeah, I understand that. The volleyball thing was more of a that was more of a, hey, sports class is almost over. Do you want to play something for the last 20 minutes? And then we could vote. And most of the time the people wanted to play soccer. But on some days we got to play volleyball. So it was not really a serious school sport. You have to consider Mario is like the 6th player, and he starts to kill like everyone else. Mario does not like volleyball. Sad as it sounds. My god. Which would I prefer? Yo, Hank Sinatra. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I would prefer volleyball. I really do. I really prefer that. Like, I like soccer. No question about soccer. Yo, how's it going, Hank? Soccer is a cool sport. I like playing it and watching it. But sometimes you want to do something different, you know? You don't want to play soccer all day night. Or like all day long. So I was like, yeah, let's play some volleyball. At least I voted for it. My god. Fucking suck at this level. Yeah, he's looking for the other team. Did you play more Donkey Kong, Hank? I know you played Donkey Kong 2. I think it was the second. Donkey Kong Country 2. I caught one of your streams where you play that. Okay, give me the 9. Oh my gosh. How did I not land on that platform? Take some serious skill to not get on that platform. Oh my god. Oh, you finished. That's nice. GG. I really enjoy the Donkey Kongs. They're really good games. Donkey Kong Country 1 is not my favorite. I feel like the second is like the best. The third had a couple annoying parts in it. But they all over like pretty good. I like them all. Nice. Oh, we finally made it out of this level. Holy shit. Let's get some Battletoads fanfare. Were I satisfied with the popularity of Ultra Kaizo World 2? Yeah, it's pretty good. The game got a lot of attention. Like, I cannot complain. I really cannot complain. It is really hard to make hacks these days and like have them played by like the majority of Mario streamers. Especially the bigger ones. That's like something... It's rare. It doesn't happen all day. There's lots of good ROM hacks that never get any attention, which is pretty sad. And do we fucking one-shot this? Holy shit. Easy. Fucking easy, dude. But this Skytree is... You do not really want this vine to get to eat the checkpoint. So this Skytree is kind of different, because you don't have to like... You don't have to escort the vine. The vine just fucks you if you aren't fast enough. So we go up in that first half. And we go down in the second half. Don't tell me I one-shot this whole level. After I had such a rough start on level 1. Well, okay. There we go, guys. Easy game. Oh, I really like this troll. So there's a vine coming down, eating that checkpoint. If you like hesitate too long. And most people think, oh, there's a Kaizo block. But actually there's nothing. I guess an unbiased player would just jump and never knew that this troll existed. But for like experienced Kaizo players, they expect to be something there. It looks like a typical Kaizo setup. So this is the level where like everyone or like most of the people thought the C is like the T is a C. So I think Ryuka calls this level Kaka Kumbo, which is like, it's Karatumbo, which is a phenomenon in Spain. A lightning, how do you call it? There's like lightning without any sound, as far as I know. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. When I googled it up, what it means. So the dry spots where no rain comes down should help you to indicate there's like munchers or like a ceiling. And where the rain is, like, it's safe where the rain falls down, pretty much. Because this level had some, or has some camera issues. Pretty much. Yo, what's up, Mega? heat lightning. So you cannot really see the munchers there if you have a really bad... if you get a really bad jump, you don't see that muncher for the first time. So I guess that's blind. Oh my god. How's it going, Mega? Spider. Big boy jump. So I removed the eyes from the Sparkies. I thought it was a pretty cool touch. Making them lightning balls. Like thunder balls. My god. It's really hard to work with that. It's really hard to work. You see, I saw the munchers like every time when I got there. But I have seen people like jumping and not scrolling the camera enough so they don't see it. That's something I never considered in the playtesting. Never considered it. I guess it's fine once you know it's there. That's pretty much the only muncher that kills you. That you cannot really see here. The rest is... I guess it's visible. Like, it doesn't hurt too much. I'm fine if there are parts are blind. If it's not like right at the end. Because that sucks. Imagine dying to something right at the end. After a really long level. The level has to be really cool to like compensate that. So I have seen people liking this troll, and also I have seen people who really hate this troll. So this is a fake midway bar. If you try to get it, you get it free up. Like you get a moon. I thought this troll was like funny, but I have seen people really hating it. As they imagine that you die like not only once, you die like a couple times. That actually did not happen. At least I didn't see anyone who died like 3 or 4 times. The majority of people got it first try and then like, holy shit, what was that? Like, you really pay attention to get it the first time. And then you realize, oh shit, that bitch, that son of a bitch did it again. There's a troll in this game I really hate. We will get to that one. My god, I can't play this. This level looked so different when I started it. It had like disco shells, flying disco shells in it. But I threw away that idea. The flying disco shell definitely behaves different a bit. There's something odd with the flying disco shell. So I deleted the flying disco shell. Alright, getting to the level everyone loves. Directive. So you freeze these twumps, or like, they are not twumps, they are twimps, by pressing the switch. Simple mechanic. I completely deleted this first half and started over. Like before that, it was pretty much like a really generic first half. And I was like, man, I want to have some gimmick for this. I don't know what gimmick, but I want to have some gimmick for this. So I gave it like the time twims with the on-off switch. Cool. Holy shit, 20 minutes. It's definitely been a while. Touch the spike. I really like the layer free scrolling, the parallax. Because this is like has Switch Palace backgrounds. But I cut off like the tiles. You can see that like it's cut out. This is actually Switch Palace background. So it looks like a Switch Palace castle, I don't know. This is tough. In the door. Checkers. So we are getting to the worst troll in the game. We are getting there. My god. I got twimped. I got twimped so bad. Not really. Not yet. Definitely not yet. I'm working on the Ultra Kaizo World 2 DLC, which is just one really long level. Really long, tough level. Okay. My god. So Kaizo block right there. So this troll is the shittiest troll I ever made. Because I wanted to have that on off switch have broken glass. So you get the hint that if you try to hit the switch, it does nothing for you. But I forgot that. And you like, it's really hard to dodge this sometimes. I don't like this troll anymore. This the UKW season pass. Available now. Get your season pass. Imagine people would make money with ROM hacks. Holy shit. That would change so much. Imagine you could sell them. So this ledge right here, I'm not gonna lie, this ledge is the ledge of doom. People get P-speed right here, and I swear they press jump. I know they press jump. It happened to me, it happened to like so many people. They press jump, but Mario doesn't jump. He just walks off. There's some delay with this ledge. I don't know. There's definitely some delay. Yeah, I could see that. They would start making ROM hacks. I can definitely see that. They would make it professional. Like, we do it professional already, but... So, when I first made these levels, I was like, okay, let's put some put some spots where you can save the game so you don't have to go back all the way in the overworld. Like, the game saves pretty much with every level you beat, but sometimes you just beat like a checkpoint of a level. So I was like, you know what, I don't want the player to go back so far back to save the game. And then I decided to put some secrets here and there in these museums with this awesome soundtrack. I'm really glad Kevin helped me getting all these soundtracks for this game. Because this is like also made by Kevin M. Yo, 87 Meatball. Thanks for the follow. So I just put some letters right here, RRLRL. And this pretty much comes into like, you need this right for the end of this game. You need this for the end. So you keep this in mind, you like, I don't understand this. It is for the end, it's not really a puzzle. People were like, oh man, Grand Puro 2, no. It's not really a puzzle. It pretty much starts making sense when you get to the spot where you need it. So this is one of my favorite levels. This is really one of my favorite levels, Hunger Games. I think this one came out pretty well. So you get to this Yoshi. The speaker box pretty much tells you that this Yoshi is really hungry. Really fucking hungry. My god, I can't play this. Really hungry Yoshi. So he starts eating his friends. He starts eating his species. My god. So we don't eat 5 things to grow this Yabi. We have to eat 10 things to make him an adult Yoshi. So the glowing palette for the tiles, for the cave tiles, I pretty much added that at the end when I was like almost done with this level. Before that it was just a a darkish palette. Like just a dark palette. Dark grayish. Like the second half. The second half is like that. Yo, Sender boy. Thanks for the good luck. So if I trigger this platform right here, you could actually jump back. You could make it over this one here. It's possible. So I had to put this Kaizo block right there, and I feel like no one has triggered this Kaizo block ever. Because like no one survived getting back. That was dumb. Yo, Emilso, thank you so much for the follow. My god. So let's grow this yobby. Yeah, what a way to end. You're absolutely right, Sender. Are you going to do runs? Runs today, Sender? I need to know. I need to distract you. Probably. Nice. So I really got like the majority of people when I calculated that the Kaizo block is on the right side. No, it is on the left side. Let's say hi to third wall. But let's first get to checkpoint. Where's my third wall emote? So I put a Zumo Bros right here because I thought, you know, third wall. Fucking 5 wow. Seriously, no one ever hated this section right here. Everyone loves this section. Because you can get a really good shot on your first attempt. Like a lot of people were like, man, this was a really good first attempt, holy shit. But this section is really not too hard. And this Yoshi is also really hungry, holy shit, he eats Bowser's bowling ball. Big ball. And there's no Kaizo block right here. I did not put any Kaizo blocks there. I am like fair. No Kaizo blocks. We had that. No more Kaizo blocks. That's a mouthful. Okay, this is probably a really bad pun. But I think this is the coolest level on the hack. I think this is the coolest level in the whole game. And it's not even a pun. Pun not intended. It was a lot of fun making this one. I used X animation to like change the color palette as well. Not only that, when you hit the switch it gets watery, no. You also get to swim in like dark blue, a dark blue kind of palette. And this is Ultra Kaizo World 2. It's not a hack that recently came out, it's like... It's a couple of months old now. You can cheese this, but... Like, you can despawn the shell if you really jump into that and like start swimming at the last couple frames. I didn't get that even once in my playtesting time. None of the playtesters got that, so I thought this was never possible. And then some madman started doing it. Let's do the fish gate. Oh shit, we are so dead. Yeah, we are dead. It's probably the most inventive level in the whole game. Probably. Okay, we're gonna make it this time. I like how these fish die every time. It's so satisfying. These flopper fish, oh my god, we're dead. Whee! Put it on your list. Like, this is not even a full water level. This is like a 50-50 water ice level. So if you want to make a good water level, don't ever make a full water level. Just kidding. They are good water levels. I did not press right. D-pad. Hello? We're gonna wait one more cycle. Exactly, Kenya. It minimizes like the amount of water you have, so it makes a good water level. Just put in a small pool. Okay, we are so dead. Put in a small pool, and it's a good water level. Definitely wanna one cycle this. And you can. It's like you can almost one cycle everything in this game. I really did not put waiting for like the most of obstacle. It is the easiest strat. Because it's consistent. The fish will be in the same... They will have the same timing every time. So I started making a vertical water section now, which I thought was a really neat idea. Let's say hello to Mentor. Let's say hello to my favorite crab. I owed him this. I definitely owed him this. For all the pain I caused him in free mix, I definitely owed him this spot. You never saw that? So many secrets! So this dolphin race is one of my favorite parts of this level. Holy shit, do I like this. Oh no, I waited too long. Barely made it. Whee! Alright, let's leave the cave. Let's leave the cave area. We are done with caves. No more caves, please. Let's do some desert level. So this desert name, Arabasta, is a reference to One Piece. A couple people got it. A couple people understood it as like a kingdom in One Piece. Desert Kingdom. This secret is like not too hard to find with the green grass. And a couple people just find this later when they do the 100%. And now let's do the stuff everyone likes, the propeller block. It first looks that this block is really hard to control, but after a while it really is, it gets easier to control this block. It's not as bad as it looks. If it was really bad, I would not have put it in the game. If it was like too inconsistent, I would not have done it. And you have like a lot of control. Yo, what's up, Yoshi's Fangirl? I can already see myself dying to this like 1,000 times now. Now that I said it's like really consistent, I'm gonna die like 100 times. Yeah, I know, Kanga. I know. I do not support cheese. I do not support cheese for my own game. I'm trying to give the people the illusion that this game is cheese-free. There's always some, like, minimal cheese. Yeah, I like the Banksy sprays. Really like it. This guy is a legend. Yeah, Buzzword has it best. So as you saw, I tried to go under and I got punished for it. Guys, don't do it. Jump over. Jump over. Don't try to be cool. Don't try to be cool. And I know cheese is... If there is cheese, you have to do it. You have to do cheese. But no one wants to cheese his own hack. It's pretty much what I found. You'd be like, ah, this is my own hack. Can't cheese this. I can't betray my own creation. Oh, that's some stinky cheese right there. That is some stinky ass cheese. Easy every time, guys. The ending is really not too bad. It looked way different from when I did this the first time. Okay, now let's get to the first real Switch palace in this game. With the best color palette. But this color palette is like pulsating. It's switching between pink and black stripes. So this switch palette is... I made this color palette to remind you of like candy stuff. Sweet candies, you know? Candy Bowser, Candy Saw, Candy Throw Blocks, Candy Turn Blocks. Feels like you could almost bite these spikes, you know? Looks like wasps. So this first troll is pretty unexpected, I guess. You just fall down, and here are like great platforms. Mario goes down slowly and then whoosh. It goes down. The gray platforms. It's not quicksand. It's just some gray platforms. Some people die, some survive. I have used these Rexes in Ultra Kaizo World 1, and I was like, man, why not use them again? Oh god. Why do you throw up, Mario? What's wrong? What is wrong, Mario? Holy shit. I overjumped that, holy shit. Come on. Overshot that. Thank God. But there's a bunch of trolls coming now. The majority of them is not deadly. Some can kill you. First of all, Yoshi eats the switch. Okay. Okay. And the switch gets killed by Sauce. Okay. Not Mario's day. Probably not Mario's best day. This is one of my favorites. So you walk carefully. And the fucking switch is like running towards you. Because it's like it tries to escape these bullets. Okay, number 4. Oops. Luigi already did it. Well, too bad. Yo, Cold Fruit. Thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. So if you press this switch, it's okay, you win. This is the real switch. Yeah, what's up, Paper M? If someone, I think one guy, I tried to remember who it was. I think Rochester. Rochester went back into the pipe. And you get nothing but switch palaces. Like, you get nothing but switches. You cannot press them. And of course you get an Aerobam Toxic. For using one pipe too much. I'm glad it got at least one. It got Rochester. I think Pooh completely avoided the trolls. He just went back into the pipe until he had to walk left. There were a couple people who like avoided every room. It can happen. I was like, I know it can happen. It would be really a shame, but what can you do? Let's press the switch. Oh yeah. So to get to the final boss, you definitely need the Switch Palace in this game. That's like the standard Kaizo. The standard way of Kaizo. Get the Switch Palaces. Get to the final boss. I just did it a bit different. Just a tiny bit different. There's like no nexus, there's no bridge level where you just walk over where it checks for the Switch Palaces. You know what? You never saw that one? Yeah, a couple people avoided it. So this level is pretty much what reminds people of Grand Poo World 2. This is basically the reminder for them. I still think this is like so different. It's so different from Grand Poo World 2. Yes, it has fast pokies, but there's like a lot of stuff that's not... You don't do the same... You don't really do the same tricks. My god. That one sucked. So I don't really mind people saying that. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's like... It reminds you... There has been fast pokies before. Even before Grand Poo World 2. I don't remember the name of the hack, but I know there was definitely something like that, so... Who cares, right? Who fucking cares? You have fun, enjoy some, like, cool level design, great music made by Kevin, and that's pretty much it, right? We wanna have good hacks, unique setups. I'm really looking forward to Grand Poo World 3 coming out. Like, next year probably. Really looking forward to it. Definitely going to play it. So these pokies are molds. And I made them go faster. I also changed when they break out. I changed the file You won't believe it, but in this level, there are 4 different moles disguised as Pokeheads. Yeah, I'm doing the Ultra Kaizo World 2 DLC. I'm working on that one. It's a really long level. To clarify the mystery about the question mark house. There's also a Kaizo block right there. This guy steals your checkpoint. And then you get into the pyramids. Where the quicksand is rather dry. Like, not dry, it's like... It looks wet. Bit of a wet quicksand, more than like the previous one. Like from Mario 64, when you get into the pyramids, the quicksand looks different. It's like... It's darker. You love the spook house? The mystery about the spook house, yeah. So these baseball chucks, I like reskinned the heads so it looks like they're like just Coopers. Zelda 2? Yeah. There's like a couple bones here and there. So this was one of the sections where I removed the flying disco shell. There was no actual ground right here. But the flying disco shell behaves a bit different. I don't know what it is. But sometimes Mario just falls off when you try to ride it. Like, it's definitely different. There's a Kaizo block right here. Oh my god. And part 3. The pyramid sinks. You can escape the quicksand. And sometimes you get lucky, you can get out of the quicksand, but most of the time it really sucks you in. It really sucks you in. I did not make you die instantly because I felt like there's an orb at the end. And you can get that orb even if the quicksand is like all over it. It's still possible to catch the orb. So this is not lava. And it does not represent it. My god. Up-piped? Yeah. Like, I wanted to give you a chance. It's really unlikely you can survive, but it happened. I have seen someone did it. And he even recovered from it, like, he made it through the whole level in a speedrun. So that's definitely possible. What is up with the D-pad, holy? Holy moly. So this pokey right here is really hard to get. Yeah, it's really tough. My god. I'm not sure, I probably need new rubbers. Mario tends to go down when I press right. Didn't think it would be that quick with this controller. is really not helping that. Controller surgery. Thank God. So you have to wait a bit here. Then you can see the fence. And then easy peasy lemon squeezy. You get the orb. And Final Fantasy fanfare. So let's go into the Museum of Time. So I have a time machine, it's pretty much a meme of this channel. And I decided to put it into this game. Like a couple of people understood when they read this. They understood what it means. So if you use this one, you basically play levels from Kaizo World and Ultra Kaizo World 1. Like sections, not even whole levels, just sections. There's no rewards. You just get a message box that tells you to like move on. So I'm not gonna do that right now. No actual rewards. So you definitely wanna throw up this bomb. I have seen people doing it wrong. They like take the bomb and they just land on it. And it can work out if you don't get frame rules. It won't collide with the Goomba. But if you wanna be really safe, you have to throw it up. I would probably make that different now. Now that I saw people doing it like by just jumping on the Goomba. Kaizo block right there. Oh, this can be really, really bad. So if the mist is right in front of the midway tape, you just wait a bit. And if you wait too long, fucking spinies fall down. Let's say hi to Kanga. Hello, Kanga. Hi to me. You can also not wait on that pipe. The layer 2 goes down and takes you with you. So goodbye. And yes, Pooh also, like already mentioned it, this game has really dark color palettes. I did that intentionally. Dark colors, some brutal lore here and there. Yoshi's eating Yoshis because they are hungry. There's also a Kaizo block right there. In the pipe. Also like this troll. People are like, no, no! And it's just the third part. Okay, now we're getting to a really interesting section. So this is basically a boss fight. But instead of fighting him, you just have to like get some ground. My god, we did. I think this section is one of the best parts of the game. At least I would think so if I played this blind. But this is like really dope. Having this escape sequence from the Boo. But really, what I really liked about the idea was how this ends. Like, these are pretty generic jumps. Kaizo blocks, triggering, jumping over, spikes, blah blah. The end of this fight is what I really liked. So let's try to get to the end of this fight. Or this escape sequence. Oh my god, D-pads! Why do you do this to me? Reminds you of the run, Rami, run. Danny boy, thank you so much for the follow. Let's not die to the ropes, please. My god, this jump is really tight. You cannot be too much up there, because you will hit the spike. There's also some nice Ninja Warrior soundtrack. Ninja Warrior Skyscraper. Okay, let's go. What? I touched the spike? Yo, Captain Canadian, what's up? How's it going? I guess it's pretty early for you on your side. It's morning! My god. I had it. How did I die? How did I touch the spike? This guy can't play his own ROM hack. So bad. Captain Canadian is the world record holder of the 100%. I'm feeling much better. I'm definitely feeling better than the previous weeks, yeah. I look healthier. Have my color back. Let's go. Okay. So this is the random item. And you wait for a star. And then peace, bitch. I found this anime was pretty good. Like, you don't expect this item. I never see this item in any Kaizo hack. The random item that gives you flower, mushroom, or cape, or the star. Yo, S. Goover, thanks for the follow and welcome. Stork's Hazard, yes, in the puzzle, right? Stork's Hazard in the puzzle. But it's so rare. This item is so rare. Okay, now let's get to the best level of the game. So in the censored version, you will not see the butts in this level. And the level name is like reverse. It's like Noids Gestigni or something like this. I just like mirrored the name. That's how you distinguish like the censored version from this version. And this is pretty much an homage to Far World. I asked Google to share the GFX files and the sprites, because I definitely wanted to give Far World an homage. One level dedicated to it. And yes, the boulders are what you think it is. Far World was so good. I had a lot of fun with Far World. Really underappreciated. How many Rios will you lose? Yeah. Good split name. Good split name. This is a really hard level though. It's like, I was like, man, Far World is cool, but this level needs to be tough. So people spent more time in it and appreciate it more. Fucking appreciate it. God dang it. It's still manageable though. We almost got it. We almost got the first half. This level opened your eyes. Yeah, I was surprised too. There was not so much tolerance. A couple of people loved it, but there were also lots of people who were like, ah, the game has been so good before and now it gets like really, really bad. What happened? And I was like, what? Come on. It's one level. It's not an entire Far World, it's one level. If people are happy with Deus Lair, looking at shit and shit boulders, dodging them, then they fucking can accept this as well, right? If Mario swims in like the sewers and pee and stuff like that, we can accept this as well. So the censored version has really, really big donger pipes. Really, really big pipes. And it also looks good. It just makes no sense anymore. That there's like gas coming out of the pipes. Like the level name makes no sense. It's pretty much back in the days when you watched anime and they censored something. Like they fight and then something happens and you're like, what happened? I don't get it. What happened? Because they fucking cut the whole episode. And you're like, what? Huh? I did not understand that episode. What happened? And then your friends in school explained, yo, I heard they censored the whole episode. And you're like, ah. Now it makes sense. Yes, the Midas touch. Yeah, the Midas touch. I'm looking forward for Grand Prix World 3. I'm really looking forward to it. Time for some banger. Not that the previous level did not have a banger, but this is also pretty cool music. And I played Power Picks before. I even gave people the chance to see where the music came from, because I played Power Picks. And that's where the song from the previous level came from, or come from. Fucking Power Picks. I really wanted these spikes to look like metallic looking shiny metallic spikes. It's a bit dark and like it's hard to see the outlines, but still enough to like dodge them. Get the silver metallic look. Because like normally spikes are yellow in the Mario games and like, come on. We have seen a lot Doritos. We need to work around with these. This game even has rainbow spikes. Holy shit. Fucking rainbow spikes. Yeah, I have played Storks, but I never completed it. I stopped at the Yoshi level. As I got like so many double hits. Like the fast Yoshi scroller. I got so many double hits, man. That was like last year. Early last year. And vertical level again. The last trick in this section is really tough. Really, really tough. Last trick. Or like, maybe not too tough, but it's like hard to get the first time. And you can read that indicator wrong. My god. Stop sucking! Ultra Kaizo World 3 will be Grand Prix World 3 inspired. There won't be Ultra Kaizo World 3 though. It's not happening. Stop spreading rumors. Man, it took so much time and energy to make this. Holy hell. Really the dark days of ROM hacking for me. But yeah, if I ever make Ultra Kaizo World 3, it's going to have a bubble level. Just kidding. Okay, let's do this. This game has a lot of mechanics that had never been used before. So I'm fine with all of this. My god, I suck. Yo, what's up, Guardian? I mean, this game is heavily inspired by Gran Turismo 2. Like, I never denied that or like did say it was untrue. It's just that people should accept it. There's lots of stuff that's never done before as well. Yeah, like, it really is, like, you don't have to make a trilogy and like everything. Salt and Pepper World. Yeah, someone needs to make that. Fucking die. Easy every time. Easy game. So at this part, I think we are done with like 50% of the game. Around 50%. The lore at this part is pretty much that Mario just knows, oh shit, I help this popularity to the people who live here, I help them getting back their places. He's like freeing them. This can happen when Mario just drops somewhere, some random spot. It can happen. So when you get to this part, you really much have like options. You can fuck around in this level named Exiled. I give you the option to like look at it. And people try, of course they try out the RRLRL thing to get into this, but it's not possible. And we get another museum. My favorite one. The Museum of Lies. Lair of the Killer Cooper. So this one pretty much gives you information that like you don't have to look in like weird spots in the second half of a level. If you want to find the secret exit, look in the first half. Because the desert level has like 3 parts. It's a 3-part level. It would be really tedious to explore the whole fucking level. So there's a secret right here. And this is pretty much optional. This is not necessary for the playthrough, the 100%. Secret. What I really like is, before this event happens, you can see the pipe. Like, you have the chance to see the pipe, but it's like, it's hard to catch that because it's like green. It's dark green. But you could get the guess that there's like some secret. Alright, the infamous... Holy shit, there's so many bots. What's going on today? So this is the infamous question mark house. And I really enjoyed people getting here for the first time. Yeah, I get that, yeah. Some people were like, it's gotta be a lie, because the name is like Museum of Lies. So he trolls us. That's actually true. So if you fall down right here, you die. And this message box is pretty much just to like keep it tense. The sound you hear is like from the Resident Evil 4 regenerators. The guys you can only kill if you like shoot with this special scope that shows their weak points. And that's really scary. It's really, really scary. So in 1.0, this door was just locked. And I was like, okay, this is just an Easter egg. The door is locked, you cannot open it. You can grab this key, but it's rusty, so it breaks. You cannot go in. And people were like, man, there's gotta be some extra deluxe special boss in here. So I opened the fucking door. And yeah. Put another message box. But before I enter this pipe, I mean, you guys probably already know what's in this pipe. I'm gonna take a pee, because I have to pee badly. Be right back. Alright, let's get back. Let's get back to it. So you can press start, but it does nothing. You hear the sound, but Mario does not freeze. No! He's going to get you every time. Like, you cannot kill that Cooper. So I added that one in 1.1. So people could finally get back to work and not worrying about this anymore. And then people started to like think, you gotta be killing that. You gotta have to have a chance to kill this guy, right? How do we get past him? So it never ends. Secret exit right here, easy. So this section pretty much represents a train. I'm a big fan of trains, and I feel like Mario games should have more train levels. More Mario World train level, please. Well, that guy peaced out. Also, the munchers are frozen. I thought this would give like this whole level a different touch. To just have frozen munchers. More like statues. You made them so curious, invested into the mystery. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, the funny part about this is I remember Canuck playing this and he really hated it for the last couple tricks. And the funny part is you find Canuck's portrait in this secret half. I thought that was really funny. Because I think Canuck pretty much... This like was one of the few levels, if maybe the only one, he got really salty. You don't need to jump on the Cooper. Oh, you mean the shell jump, right? Yeah, I know. It's really hard though. Really, really hard to do. I remember trying to make this section so you have to get the Cooper. And then I saw that you can still do the shell jump. And I was like, you know what? If someone goes for this, be it so. I will not interfere. It's definitely the hardest threat. Imagine, yeah. It's like, oh, I hate this level. Oh, look, there's my portrait. That was a good moment. But like, a lot of people got salty in this part. It's tedious. And some of the setups definitely require a bit more try and error until you get it down. The indicators don't help too much sometimes. Some tricks, it's hard to indicate. Nah, not yet. Let's say hello to Canuck. And some people think this chuck did not get triggered every time. It has to do with the distance you have to this chuck. Also, if he keeps chasing you or not, you have to be there. The chuck works every time. All right, let's get to some. Switch parallels I found pretty unique. Not necessarily too much because the stars are killing you with an H. I don't know, I really like the concept of this switch palace right here. Like there's a fucking mountain in the background. There's lightning. And you have the fog. So I found this one was more of the more unique levels in the game. Benji's Palace. Like, you know, some of the levels when you go to the SMW directory and you see who's streaming and you see this, you instantly know, oh, it's from Ultra Kaizo World 2. Like, you get instant information. That's what happens when you have like a level in a game that, like, the same goes for Grand Rule and Storks. There's like a couple hacks where you like instantly recognize what hack the player is playing at the moment. And that's pretty much what I tried with this one here. Having like a mountain background with fog and Switch Palace foreground. Oh my god. Dodge them all. Oh my god. Let's enjoy more of this banger. I definitely have my favorite levels in this hack. And there's definitely a couple levels where like, this level is okay. I liked it, it's okay, it's good enough for the hack, but there's better ones in this game. gotta have your favorites. Or at least you would say, I would not make a level like this again. That's what I'm saying. You would not make a level like that again, or you would some things make different next time. Survive this shit. Oh my god. Oh, this troll is pretty mean, as he would try to dodge the star. But this is actually a real one, and it has the real graphics. You need it. Until you realize that it's probably too late. Jump. I pretty much started... The first level in this hack is also the first level in the first level Mario as has to beat. Like you get to the fast platforming and the sky tree are definitely in the correct order. I feel like a lot of the levels I made are in the correct order. But to be honest, I don't remember which level I first finished. Because I remember I went back a couple times to adjust stuff in levels where like, I need to change this. Or maybe this works out better. And you get that by playing the levels over and over again. Like you get that there's something that annoys you, or like you notice stuff. And then you start to like do small adjustments. In some cases you just delete the whole section. Which happened to the Switch Palace level. Directive with the Twims. Sometimes you delete complete sections, but it's hopefully the rare case. So when you get here, I want you to learn that you can jump on these trees. Not on trees. On these branches. So when you get back to this, you can like... You understand that the secret exit is right at the start. And some people understood it like that. Some instantly jumped up to the secret exit. Not even going for the normal exit. So that worked differently. Also banger alert. Jurassic Park banger. You could also learn, you could also like jump on the Mecha Koopa that jumps there and think that you played your chance on getting the checkpoint, that you lost your chance. I think that happened to someone. I don't remember who it was. Someone thought he could not reach the checkpoint anymore, so he started over. As the Mecha Koopa landed in the lava, he was like, shit. Can't get the checkpoint anymore. Yo, super bad. Yo, what's up, Orca? Yeah, the branches is pretty much a generic thing. A lot of people did that. I could think of one hack instantly, like Ekogara did that. House Moldy. Let's say hello to Krumi. Krumi's portrait is really hard to get, because this jump is really tough. You have to get a lot of momentum to make it. Yeah, I have both world record holders, that's true. Let's try to jump from this block right here. My god, this jump is so hard. It's so hard to get to Krumi's portrait. Here it is. It was the first portrait you found? Really? This is Ultra Kaizo World 2. I think this level came out really well. If people complain about this level, I'm like, okay, you know what? You can't complain about every level and every Kaizo hack. That's like more generic complaints like, wasn't clear enough, or I felt this was way too unfair or hard or whatever. That's not the case. Not the case. This is a bit tough, but this section is not too long at all. First one was Kanga. The Kanga is not too hard to find if you wait a bit on the layer 2. And banger alert. Kevin made so many songs for this game. And we picked them carefully. Yeah, everyone hates dolphins. But dolphins are fun. Like RNG dolphins, okay. RNG dolphins are tough. But besides that, dolphins are really fun. Dolphins! Fucking dolly dolphins. I like the idea to have a tide in a ghost house. That was the idea I started with. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to have a red tide in a ghost house. That's how I remember my notes before I started making the levels. I had like some notes. Make a ghost house, red tides, white dolphins, and like... That was it. I did not have any more stuff to go on with this. First I wanted to make a block snake dolphin level. Like I wanted this level to have block snakes too. And then I threw it away. Too much stuff. You can't do too much different stuff in one level. You gotta focus on one concept for a level and then you make it. You work around that. And a lot of these jumps are super easy. The game only gets hard for its length sometimes and a couple signal tricks. But the majority of these tricks is really easy to do. Like this is really tough. Catching this disco shell is not easy. That's why I made it shorter. And the guy who made these these blocks that vanish when you touch them, like, I asked him because he took away the blocks from S&W Central. So I had to ask him when he will be back with these blocks. Because they had some bugs in it. They did not work properly. And I was like, man, I want to do the Ghost House level, but I don't have the blocks. I have to wait. So I waited. The guy who made them is like Eternal Lava, I think. Bitch dolphin. This dolphin kills you if you go straight. Non-stopping. Yo, what's up, Kevin? When we getting Ultra Kaizo World 2 DLC? I'm planning on finishing that at the end of the month. Not sure if I can, but I try. I also haven't picked any music. It's been a while I looked on S&W Central. I guess there's gotta be a couple new songs on the site. I haven't checked any bangers recently. There's gotta be some new songs. You heard it's bullshit? Yeah, some tricks are really hard. Well, like, a lot of these tricks are really free. Yeah, it definitely has to do with the question mark house. It will solve the mystery. And there's no question left to it. I make sure there's no question left. So this chapter can be finally closed. I'm glad people still make cool music. That's good. Damn, I might just end up showing Kevin the level when I have like a preview. Showing Kevin the level and asking him for like some recommendations. I really did not check the recent songs people made. I hope I can finish it for the end of the month. I really hope. I've made good progress. The UK W2 DLC I'm working on. I'm making one single level that's really fucking hard, and it will like solve the question mark house. I have made really good progress, and I only do that off stream, so no one knows what's going on in that level. And it's definitely for people who want really hard stuff. Yep, it does. It does. UKW2. UKW2. This trick is really cool. I like this trick a lot. You can't hate this trick. You really cannot hate this trick. Pretty tough door incoming. Oh. In there, bitches. Oh shit. I really hope I can be done with the DLC for the end of the month. Yeah, I will, I'm working on the last section at the moment. When I'm done with that, I definitely make a preview video. I can share a link to that then. I really did not listen to any music recently. One shot. Yeah, totally. So this is a level where people really rage. Some people really rage about this, because they wanted to have the turnaround patch. And apparently I did not put it in for a reason. I did not put the patch in. Like, there's a trick. Let me get to the trick first. My god. There's a spot with the fence. I cannot play the fucking cape anymore. Bad level. Really bad level. So it's right here. You have to grab the fence, switching sides, and then you jump out, and Mario has to face right. If you don't have the patch, Mario can also face left. Even if you try to troll, he still can, like, you can have bad luck with this. But there's a way to make this consistent. And I feel like I should have put a message box to explain that. The reason why I did not put the turnaround patch is it would make this really short cape section way too easy. See, I twirl and I still face left. There's a consistent setup for this. You have to watch Mario's hand after you switch the sides. It's not gonna work if you have the right hand and then you like start switching sides. It's not gonna work. It's still random. But if you do this and you watch like Mario from the other side, it's gonna work every time. And I feel like I should have explained that with a message box, since I don't use the turnaround patch. I did not expect people would be that, like, they would not get that salty with it. Arrow logic. I thought they would figure it out. I thought people would figure out the part with the watching Mario's hand from the other side. There's like... You could guess that. I guess people were like, ah, it doesn't work because I had the right hand from the other side and it's still not gonna work. So they thought it would not work on the other side either. But apparently it works if you watch his hand. There's a reason why I put a timer on it. Because the layer 2 goes back up, which pretty much limits your time. So you don't have endless time to watch Mario's hands. You don't understand cape levels at all? It's consistent every time. You can get that every time. If that wasn't consistent, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would not have speedrun this. Because that would suck. That would be pure RNG. And people would not have speedrun this. And I would have fixed it. I would be like, okay, I need to fix this. I don't want to have RNG in this game. Except for the fucking Redsner fight. The 8-headed Redsner. So for the second half of this level, I thought getting shot out of the cannonball is pretty cool with the cape. And this star section right here, right, like this one, is to like calm down a bit. I wanted the people to calm down, so you don't have to press any fancy inputs. You just like fly right, and that's all you do. So you get a little break here, just before I get you the really good fly power up. Just before I give you the really good stuff. The P-balloon. Can I trigger? Yes, I can. This fucking orb jumps away. That's a good one, I like that. And people thought you can catch that. And they were like, I need to be faster! I need to jump into that hole! Where do you learn cape tech? You can learn a bit of cape in Learn to Kaizo and in Kaizo Kindergarten. Or you just play like a bit vanilla. Like you can learn cape everywhere, right? It's definitely... It looks hard and it is. Cape is really learnable and doable. So let's get into the Game of Thrones part of this game. Iron Fleet. Like for the end of the game I decided to give this like a really Game of Thrones. I give this a really good Game of Thrones tribute. And this message box, I don't know how many people got this, but this message box is pretty much about that one episode where they fucking shoot one of Danny's dragons. As no one fucking saw the whole fleet. And it's one of the really, really dumb moments. Holy shit, is that a dumb moment. Wanna get rid of one dragon? No problem. No one fucking saw that. But yeah, that's season 8. That's season 8. We know how that went. For people who watch Game of Thrones, we know how season 8 went down. Oh my god. Thank god. Fucked it up. This is pretty much a ship level. There has not been too many ship levels in Kaizo Hacks. You've only been reading the books. I have heard the books are way better. Like, they said that, like, the guys who ran the series had the books as an orientation, and they clearly saw, like, everyone saw when they did not have the books anymore. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Should probably do that too. I should do that too. But you can clearly see how they did not have the books anymore for orientation. They had to like put on own stuff. And that did not work out too well. It did not work out too much. Unfortunately. It's a sad story. Cause like, Game of Thrones has been awesome. Like throughout all seasons. I never thought that like anything was rushed in that series. Like most of it was like well thought out. Oh my god. I think they wanted to do a Game of Thrones spin-off. Let's say hello to Desi. The fucking frog stood down there. Had to put it in. And Desi's punchline. Why am I so dumb? Because I'm dumb, that's why. He doesn't have the that raid alert anymore. He doesn't have that alert anymore. Makes me really sad. There you go, Ixie. There you go. So I wanted to introduce the fire flower in this game. Because I felt like the fire flower you use in Cave and Wave was a bit too short. A bit too short. Like you only kill one Revan fish. And that's it for the fire flower. No love for the fire flower. So you gotta burn the Iron Fleet. Also, I switched the tide. I made it higher. It's gotta be some problems if you do stuff like that, because the ceiling is like very limited. So I only had this much room to work with, and the rest is pretty much swimming. Gotta balance that somehow. Oh my god, no. It's gonna be close. No troll. So Kevin helped me with this boss right here. He did not only help me with the final boss, he also made this Boo have hammers to throw with some extended sprites. I did not know how to do this. I can only switch palettes and like make things faster and look more disgusting, but I don't know how this stuff works. Also, Chrono Trigger boss music. So we get this really big piece of island out of nowhere. This overworld event took me so long to make. Because as soon as you fuck up an overworld event, you have to do it again. Otherwise it can like have some really glitchy behavior. Oh, this is one of my favorite levels. Say hello to Kevin's cat. Hey, look who's there. It's Kevin's cat. There we go. So, the discussion about blind stuff, really. People did not, like, I have heard some people were like, man, where are the blue coins for this eerie spin jump right here? And I'm like, dude, you don't have to indicate everything in a Kaizo hack. Especially not at the beginning. It's not necessary. And I feel like some of the blue coins really destroy the look of a level sometimes. It looks really busy. Like, you have coins everywhere. I hate that. So I try to like reduce the number of indicators as much as I can. And sometimes I pay the price of like having blindness in it. I pay the price. Grand Prix Rule 2 does it as well. Like, there's no way everything is not... that everything is like doable on the first attempt. I like there's just nothing there. Just two Eries. And with vertical sections, it's really tough to make stuff not blind. Vertical sections are really hard to work. Because this camera is like... it's too slow. This camera is way too slow in vertical levels. Oh my god, I didn't mean to jump. Yeah, you have to like... coins can like distract you as well. It's not always helpful to have like a shit ton of stuff that's like shiny here and there and like... it's not helpful. Sometimes you really need an indicator, And sometimes it's okay if you don't have that. You're gonna die like a couple times to some obstacles anyways. Yeah, I know about that one. What I try is to keep the game as much as vanilla as I can. Except for some chocolate I really like. Also, what's up, Nikai? I really understand that the vanilla camera is kinda janky for some Kaizo sections. But man, I'm not a fan of some of the custom camera patches you can have. I'm like, man, if I have the choice, I just prefer... Nice asshole checkpoint. If I have the chance, I will just keep it like this. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna see, Grand Prix World 1, 2 and 3, they will all have blind spots. It's like, some sections cannot work if you make them not blind. It's like, it's hard to explain. Some tricks are not doable the first time. You can't see and react. I give you this. If I would make an update of Ultra Kaizo World 2, I would remove the munchers on the ceiling here. Because I feel like it's a bit unfair. That spot right there was like one of the spots people were like, oh my gosh. Lines. I get it. I would probably remove the munchers for the ceiling. Yeah, it's like, it's so much work, holy shit. Sometimes it's really a bunch of hours you burn to make a section work. And Barb recently said it, like sometimes you make a really cool section and you put a lot of effort into it and no one is like, oh man, that was a really cool section. Like people sometimes don't even realize the effort you put into something. As it doesn't look like... It doesn't appeal dope to them, I don't know. That's also something you like decide as a creator. Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the profit? And then there's like spots where you're like, ah, fuck it. I'm not changing it anymore. And this troll is pretty much to scare you. I like how Yoshi sacrificed himself. So I worked with a timer. And when I got to the 700 hour, I stopped. I got so sick of the timer. So this pipe takes you back to this spot right here, just for later. I got so sick of the timer. When you get to the end of a level, or like when you get to the end of making your hack, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see this shit anymore. I want to be done with it. So sometimes you're just like, ah, this is fine. Don't know why we do better in CSGO Deathmatch without game audio. That sounds... I don't know. Are you playing public or like the community servers? I would not see how no audio would be better for you, honestly. Community servers are fucking crazy. Holy shit, are people good on these servers. So when I made this level, I felt like, you know what, we need a layer 2. We need a layer 2 level where you have to hit on-off switches. The regular server. It's so frustrating playing on the community servers. It's so different. It is like really different. It's good for your training, but man, it's so hard to keep up with them. How did I fuck up this? Oh my god. So the reason why the ceiling is so low, if anyone wondered why the ceiling is so low, which was really annoying, is I put this custom background in. Because normally if you work with layer 2, you cannot use backgrounds. So this is a layer free background right there. And it's only like, it gets cut off. If I remove the ceiling, you would see that. That was the reason why I put the ceiling so low. It annoyed me at the end, because it limited my my possible tricks for this level. Yeah, I know. Because the statue spot is also on layer 3. Like, I don't even have that, I only have the timer, but it's still... It claims the space, as I think. Like, layer 3 backgrounds are made for having a status bar as well, I guess. So, yeah. That's why I had to work with such a low ceiling. How does layer 3 have so many colors? How many colors? I think layer 3 has 16 colors. Let's upgrade his rank, really. So I did a ball escort in Ultra Kaizo World 1 and thought, you know what? Let's do something similar. This is not quite a ball escort, as you don't have to do anything to like save the ball. But I have to give it something, right? My god. I really tried to balance. I did not only have to want... Like, I really didn't want to have horizontal, no camera movement. I wanted the game to be, like, mixed. So I enabled the camera on this part of the level. My god. Could you please do better? Also, my neighbor is working again, holy shit. It's fucking drilling again. Drilling the hole. Yo, what's up, Chris? Stacy, can you please go? Can you please do better? That was streamer go faster's. Go fast commands. Stacy. Streamer, can you please do better? This is a really long ass section. Nothing is too hard, but you definitely have endurance. You need some breath to do this. It's going good. Waiting for Hark 2 to come out and Rift 2. I hope you have made good progress with that. I remember watching you when Grand Prix 2 came out. You were also working on Hark 2. You definitely have some hacks coming up soon. Which is great. Really, really great. Oh. Do it, Mario! Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard Rift is coming out without the retry system. Freaking how really, really did it. He's like, not doing that shit. I want the vanilla Mario feeling. It's gotta be something you respect, right? Because like every hack has a fast retry these days. Oh my god, I died. I'm waiting for it. Did Desi do this? I feel like freaking How was like... I would guess he had this in mind when he made Rift 2. Not giving it a retry. Maybe we can blame Desi. No retry, thank you. What have you done? It broke level 1. So I guess he made the levels and did not patch it right from the start. Oh, that makes sense. There's probably a couple reasons, I guess. Maybe it's like, maybe he wanted to have the retry system and then he felt like, man, it's... Then he saw that level 1 got broke by the retry system. And he was like, you know what? It broke level 1, but I will just sell it as I wanted to give the original feel to Rift 1. That's why I did not patch it. You know, when creators decide to change the story. Alright, Choigrass. Yeah, there's not many people who get away with it. There's not many people who would get away with it. He's like, ah, you're gonna play my hack anyways. You're gonna play Rift 2 anyways. So... accept it. But I know that freaking Hell really likes the vanilla. Like, his hacks to have the vanilla feel. He did not use any custom backgrounds or stuff like that. The latest Kaizo gossip. Yeah, definitely gonna play it. Would be a shame to not play it because it did not have the retry system. We're gonna play it. Rift 1 was great, so will be. So, Rift 2 will also be. Wow. Imagine getting fucked by your own boss. Okay. If you spin jump on this guy for whatever reason, he respawns, but if you do a normal jump, he never respawns. I did not know that until someone used it in this fight. I thought this guy would respawn every time. But I did not patch the sprite or anything, like... I was like, ah, it's okay. It's fine. You know, the typical creator laziness. It's fine. And I keep spin jumping on this guy, holy shit. My god. Thank you, that's what I wanted. There's a fast but really risky strat to this. You can spin and then you can hit him twice. And sometimes the platform just falls off instead of the retina. My god. Oh my gosh. Sexy pride. King's Landing. Museum of Masters. Well, this is not too hard to figure out. You just find one of these guys is hiding some Kaizo blocks. And then you get another secret hints. This is old coffee. This is old coffee. Many people already found all the secrets before they get here. It's just the pity service. Meant to send that to Desi. That makes more sense. That makes more sense now. So let's do some RNG. RNG Castle. Like for the speedrunners, it's tedious because you have to learn every room. But I made sure that none of these rooms is like crazy hard. Nothing too hard, nothing too fancy. My god. The ice room no one understood. That's actually funny. I really like this background in this room. My god. Yeah, I did that. I did that, Mikai. It's really not easy. Because some of the rooms, and that was something that was something I could have more improved, is some of the rooms, the later rooms, really force you to like react in the next second you get there. The next millisecond for Mikai. Some of the rooms really require fast reacting. Another Kevin banger. I remember Kevin, first he didn't want to make this song because he told me that it's really serious. Not serious. It's really tedious to make the song because of like the channels. Tim Follin songs, but this one is really good. Yeah, I remember that. Which made me even happier when I saw you did that. When you created this song. Oh, the Dodd World room. Holy shit. So people were wondering, what level is this from? Because every room represents a level. Except for the butt one. I did not put the butt one in. So I made the Rainbow Dodd Worlds tribute. And this one is really a banger. It has a long loop. So it's definitely a song you can listen for a long time. Nice. Easy. This is also pretty easy. Well, I'll get to my own portrait now. I earn it to get to my own portrait. This is the best part, holy shit. This is the best part of the whole song. Yeah, only a couple ones got it. So I put my own portrait right here. But there's more to it. You can climb it up. And you get an even better emote. Yeehaw! My god, dude. I took one of the creepiest pictures I had. I took a really good creepy picture. The Toy Story reference. We played so much Toy Story at that time with Desi. So this is already a pretty dark and gray palette. And it gets darker and darker. I wanted to have this effect. And what I really fucked up. So everyone expected this Twomp to fall down and they were right. It was so obvious. I fucked it up. I wanted to change the Twomp graphics where he gets this this really grumpy, like, you can see this, like now he looks like this. And if I come here, like he changes face. I wanted to use the same graphics. I wanted to use the same graphics for the whole face. And make him really fast fall down. Like you can't do that. But I forgot to do that. That would definitely have killed people. If he would fall down later and like really fast. But all in all, the bullet build section is not really hard, so... It does not really hurt if you get trolled by this Twomp. Doesn't really hurt. So I made this boss easier. When people get here, they're like, is this the final boss? This can't be the final boss. My god, it still gets me. It's also on a little bit of a tight timer. You only have like 50 seconds to beat this Wendy. And never go for the bot. No, never go for the bot. She goes down so fast. My god, fucking D-pad. Mario keeps climbing up. Never go for the bot. Desi would probably go for the bot. Desi would definitely go for the bot. They also changed when you hit one of these dummies, it takes more time for Wendy to reappear. I made that faster. Yeah, Desi always goes for the bot. My god. Can't beat the any percent boss. Too bad. Okay, this time we get her. Oh, I went for the butt. Holy shit. Okay, there it is. Peace out, Wendy. So this is pretty much the any percent where you don't have to do the switch palaces. And now you get the information that someone's waiting for you. Someone still did not have enough. And I give you this pipe if you really have to go back faster to this secret exit right there. Like, that's the only purpose for this path. The usurper. Exiled. Now you can open the door. I love this track from Zelda. I really do love the dungeon music. But this is pretty much a toxic cave. Nothing too fancy. You got it, Mikai. When I get to the block wall. Like, these blocks are really fucking fast. They're probably also hungry. My god, I fucked up the final jump. That's a tough one. That's a tough jump. This one here looks easy, but it's really not. You can hit that ceiling so easily. That jump looks like yes, yeah. It's hard to estimate how fast this disguised beetle will fall down. My god. Getting my ass kicked. Okay. I can't get the beetle for shit. Holy fuck. Ugh. You lose. This is the one. Or not. Yo, what's up, Goldberg? Mind reader. Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, finally got it. How do I like this hack? Do I like my hack? Oh, it's dope. It's really dope. So where do we go? Left or right? And I swear to God, like, everyone is like, wait! I guess the only one who's like going to forget this is FreeCats. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure FreeCats is going to forget, like it takes him so long to complete the levels, and like he streams not so many times. He's probably forgotten that there's something like this. FreeCats is going to forget there was like a hint for this. 100%. My god. Look at these toxic Coopers. I probably haven't seen the light for a long time. Poor Coopers need to get some daylight. Kaizo block right here. That's a nasty one. I think he beat the bot level. So he has to beat the block level now, the block snake level. And I think he did another chair throw in the bot level. Because he did not get into the ass in the second half. He got up-assed, you know, not up-piped, he got up-assed. That's when he threw his chair again, I guess. Never have been up-assed before. Like in Forward World, you go inside a really big boy ass. That sounds even worse, yeah. That definitely sounds worse. I feel like we need to raid Desi. Holy shit. Almost playing this for 3 hours now. At this point, I'm pretty convinced Desi's still on. Desi's a long boy streamer. His streams are like usually 10 hours long. Minimum 10 hours. Every fucking day. Hard hack, yeah. Hard game, hard. Tense dungeon music. Last troll. I'm doing good, Goldberg, thanks. So I explained that you can like spawn the blocks right here. And Kevin really helped me out with this boss. Let's die. Big shoutouts to Kevin for like helping me with this. This boss was supposed to like... I had different plans for the final boss. But this was rather a emergency. Situation. Oh my god. Fucking horror. Great boss, but easy. I really did not want this to be too grindy. Really did not want that. Oh my god. Oh my god, I kind of forgot how to fight her. You wanna spin on these flames. You definitely wanna spin on these flames. My god. Oops. You can even kill the explosion. Dude, no time to read this. Escape. Yeah, she's really not that hard. She's easy. Yeah, I know. It was really funny. I enjoyed it. I forgot who it was. Who died to the explosion? I forgot. Was it Tofu? Yeah, that was a bug. We did it, guys. We did it. And this is Ultra Kaizo World 2. I really hope I can finish the DLC for the end of the month. That would be really cool. I guess we go on a raid. I enjoyed the commentary, and I will upload this to YouTube. And as I said, the DLC is going to deal with the question mark house a bit more. So there's no questions left to it. There's no question mark left to it.